What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy. You guys are watching Morphs. Thanks for tuning in with me this Sunday. Sorry for the late start. We were having technical difficulties again, but we got it all worked out. We're good. Everything's working right. Audio's good now, so we're set. So I want everybody to give me a hand in welcoming Eric from DropTine. Help me welcome Eric from DropTine Reptiles to the show. What's up, Eric?
How's it going?
It is going good, dude. I was having flashbacks to a couple lives ago. I don't know if you saw that one I did with Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons, but we were having audio issues there, and that time it was on my end, and I had to restart my computer in order to fix it. So I was having flashbacks. I'm starting to panic.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't blame you. I would have felt the same way.
Technology is not my friend. By any means, technology is not my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no. It makes it so that you definitely have a lot of stuff to deal with.
Yeah. So let's go through here, see who we have in the chat. Give everybody a big thank you for tuning in. Phil, what's up? Phil was first in the live tonight this time. We got Rob. And there's Phil. We've got Kike. What's up, Kike? That was a great live you did, Kike, with Nicole. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching that one a lot. Got Gary. What's up, Gary? Fred and AJ. What's up, guys? We got Jose. What's up, Jose? It was awesome to see you. I don't know if you watched Nicole's live there on Lady Tiz Exotics, but
yeah, I caught it now.
You said you did?
No, can't say I did now. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, Kike's son, Jose, I commented that he should photobomb, like just jump into the live stream instead of just being in the chat. And then it took a little coaxing, but he did it. It was funny. We got Creative Genetics. What's up? There's somebody I missed here. I know really, who did I miss? I thought I missed somebody. Let's see here.
FNA.
We've got Amelia. What's up, Amelia? We've got Tight Grip. Clint, what's up? Let's see here. Everybody's going off here in the chat. We've got Jared Wood. What's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Ozak, what's up? Sean from Pod and Joy, what's up? Jeremy and Holly, what's going on, guys? Ed, what's up? I'm going to actually have to switch to this. Can you flip your phone?
Yeah.
By any chance, Eric? So that way it's a better. There we go. Hey, Ed, look. See? Haha.
Beautiful.
Ed, maybe this like hockey puck logo acrylic thing that lights up is pretty badass. Let's see here. I think that catches us up. Oh, Gray Rider, what's up? Charlie, thanks for tuning in. And that catches us up. All right.
Awesome.
So, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you're not already subscribed to myself, hit the subscribe button. If you're not following Eric on his Instagram, check him out. All of his social media stuff is in the links down below. So check out all of his social media platforms. You don't have YouTube yet, though, do you, Eric?
I have a channel, but no videos or anything on it.
You got to work on that, dude. You got to get started on that.
Yeah, I've been told by a couple people I need to do something with it, so I agree.
It's helpful not only like as a source of what I want to say, like record keeping, I guess.
Okay,
but it's great advertising as well.
Yeah.
I know a lot of stuff. People get a hold of me before this eggs are even hatched, saying if you hatch this and you're not holding it back, I want it.
Oh, nice.
So it does. It pays. It's really, really nice in that aspect. Phil wants to know if we're going to go 3 hours tonight. Phil,
I don't know. 4:30 comes around pretty quickly for me, so I don't know.
I was going to say I gotta be up at 5 o'clock. And last night I didn't get done here in the snake room till 2. It was like 2 o'clock when I got out of the snake room here, 2 in the morning, and then so I got up into bed, settled down. My daughter woke up at 3. And so I think I might have got 2 hours of sleep last night. So I don't know if I could do 3 hours, Phil. So I do apologize, Eric, if I do seem sluggish, not totally with it. It's partially because I'm not totally with it.
I can't say I blame you.
I'm kind of slightly exhausted on that one. Michaela, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. So, yeah, let's get into it, dude.
Let's do
what
it.
got you into this amazing hobby?
This time around or the first time around?
Let's go with both. I think it's always good to get people to know where you started and what got you to where you're at.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, the first time I got into reptiles, I was in high school, and one of my earth science teachers had a corn snake on his desk for a couple months, and I'm like, dude, this thing's awesome, and just completely fell in love with it. And out of the blue one day, he's like, hey, if you want it, I'll sell it to you cheap. And he did. He sold it to me for like $40 or something like that. It was a full-grown corn snake.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, awesome, sweet. So I brought it home, had that thing forever, and then probably for the following, I'm going to say 8 years, I grew and had a bunch of other snakes. I had Maclots, pythons, had a berm at one point. I had all kinds of stuff. And then I got married. Everything went to the wayside until we had kids and all that. And then so now for the second time around, my at that point in time 5-year-old son, my oldest, started showing interest in snakes, and he started with a corn snake too. So I'm like, oh, here we go. Yeah. So after that, we kind of dove into it head first about 3 years ago. We started with a couple horns, and then we switched over to ball pythons, and now we got just shy of 100.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you have a decent sized collection then.
Yeah. Yep.
Now you started off with the corn snakes and stuff. Are you still doing anything with any other species other than ball pythons, or are you just strictly ball pythons now?
Strictly ball pythons. I keep one red tail boa as a garbage disposal, and I have 3. Yeah. And I have 3 corn snakes that were rescues, but I'm probably going to end up letting them go whenever I can, if anybody's interested in them, kind of deal. I just wanted them out of the situation they were in.
Yeah, no. Sometimes you gotta make those calls and do those good deeds like that, because I was just talking to somebody the other day, and they were saying about how they knew somebody that purchased an animal, and they were shocked when when the animal got to its adult size. It's like, well, you probably should have did your research on that one. I was like, what did they ever do with it? And they couldn't remember what the person did with it. I was just like, it's like, oh man. It's like, please let the animal have ended up where it needed to be.
Yeah, somewhere healthy at least.
Yeah, that's I always try to make sure that people know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
Especially purchasing from me. Or even if they're not purchasing from me, if they ask me a question, it's like, I give them everything, all my knowledge that I can. It's like, this is what you're in for. This is what to expect.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's definitely nice to be able to give some form of information to somebody. Be like, hey, I don't know everything about berms, but I can tell you they got pretty damn big, and they eat a lot.
Yeah. Berms were always a wow factor.
Yeah.
But I would never own one. That's just too much snake for.
Yeah, I wouldn't anymore.
To want to have to deal with. Yeah,
and I completely agree. When I was younger and I had one, it was definitely one of those, wow, look at this, bring it out and show everybody. But now it's like, I don't need to do that. I'd much rather show somebody a freaking really nice Axanthic versus a 8-foot berm. Yeah.
You hear that, everybody? Axanthic. And there's a specific line too that we'll get into.
TSK.
Now everybody's already, they're sitting there going, all right, it makes sense why Jeremy got this guy here now. A couple weeks ago, I had John Dog on, so it was a lot of Axanthic talking going on with that one. That was a great live with him.
I watched that one. That one was a good one. Absolutely.
Oh, awesome! Thank you. Actually, I think I remember you. I think you might have left a comment and put a couple of comments in or something.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure. All right, we got a couple new other faces popping in here. We had Chris from BNS Reptilia. What's up, Chris? And Nathan. What's up, Nathan? All right.
Let me shut this light off above me so I don't have this shine on my head too bad.
You're good. Yeah, I was actually just talking with John a little bit today. He posted some really killer stuff on Instagram. I don't know if anybody else.
The one with that crazy head stamp. Whew.
Yeah. We're gonna see it a little bit later on today too. I do a pick of the weeks thing or pick of the week, and everybody's gonna. I didn't pick any carpets. Everybody this time it's
spoiler alert.
Ball pythons. It's all ball pythons this time.
Yeah.
It was. I don't think there was anybody that really threw out any really awesome carpet pictures this week, or at least not that I actually got to see.
I can't say I follow any of the carpets really. Oh, they are awesome.
They are. I have one. Xena here. I don't know if every. Yeah, she shows up a little bit on screen. She's kind of really merged into her branches, but she just shed last night, and she's just looking stunning. Other than the fact that she's like staring me down.
She's a little hungry.
But she's never not hungry. That's the thing. like you said, you have the boa for the garbage disposal. Everybody always said carpets are always hungry. They're so food oriented. So I thought, okay, I love the way carpet pythons look, and it's like I'd like to breed them at some point. So I'll get 2 females, and they'll be my garbage disposals.
Yep.
They only want mice. They don't want rats at all. Like.
Well, that sucks.
Like, my wife actually made the comment today because she was or yesterday maybe she was being a smart ass about it, and she asked me, she goes, so what happens if you put a rat in there? I was like, she turns the wire, just sits there and watches it. She goes, but yeah, if you stick your hand in there, she bites you. I was like, yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
It's like if you just reach right in there, you're gonna take a bite. I was like, you stick there. If you go in there with a rat in your hand, you're probably safe.
That's one way to get in there, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't understand her. She was super nippy as a baby or even a yearling. But up until I guess it was a couple months ago, finally all the working that I did with her, I still use the hook to get her out, just because she's a lot easier to deal with personality wise. She comes out on her own free will for the most part. You just have to use the hook to show her, hey, you can come out.
Okay.
But I can now freehand her, and she's fine, no problems. But before her record was 10 bites and 1 handling.
Quite a few.
Yeah, she had the stereotypic carpet demeanor. But like I said, as long as you let her come out on her own free will, she's fine now.
Nice.
All right. Well, let's get into some of the others. Let's get into knowing you a little bit more. First, let's talk about your logo. Are you a hunter, dude? Because you have to be with that logo.
Yep.
You are archery hunt, rifle hunt, or
rifle hunt. I want to get into archery at some point in time, but we will see if that ever happens.
Okay.
But I definitely rifle hunt. I'm out there, -5-degree weather, and sitting in a tree for 6-7 hours, blistering cold.
See, that's one of the reasons I took up archery.
A little warmer weather.
A lot warmer weather. I got tired of sitting in that cold stuff. But no, I think the first time I saw your logo was on Billy's they're on Mutation Creation.
Okay.
And I saw your logo. I was like, oh my God, that is like a killer freaking logo.
Thank you.
And then when I saw you guys at the Battlefield Expo there earlier this year, like I saw the logo, I was like, wait, I know that logo. So I had to make sure I went back, got some of my stickers, and dropped them off to you and everything because
Much
it was
appreciated.
great.
Yep.
So it was great to meet you. Like it doesn't happen often where you actually get to meet someone in person first. It seems like I have them come on here first, and then the meetups normally happen afterwards.
Oh,
So it was
awesome.
great to actually get to talk to you a little bit there at the show and everything.
Yeah, it was awesome to get to meet you for sure. Yeah, it was a nice venue and everything. I love going there to that show.
Are you gonna be there at the next one here in
July.
July?
Yep.
Awesome. See, I'll get to see you there then because I'm actually gonna be hanging out with Phil from Finger Snakes at his table, as long as the offer still stands, Phil. I don't think I made you mad at all here. Yeah. Chris says we're gonna get my carpet girl eating rats. Chris, I hope you got some miracle something going on because I don't know, dude. Like I put a live one in there and she followed it, but nothing. Doesn't want anything to do with it.
No.
But yeah, so we can hang out there. Where are you located at roughly?
Orange County, New York.
Oh, okay, you're up in New York.
Yeah, we're up in New York. We're in the I'm like right on the very edge of the tri-state area. I can be in New Jersey in all of 2.5 minutes, or I can be in Pennsylvania in about 7 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm right in the tri-state area.
Now, how long does that take you to get to Battlefield from your place?
3.5.
How long?
3.5.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
Excuse me. I was gonna say because I don't know if you want to make the drive, and I can give you more specifics after the show or even on Instagram. But we're having a breeders cookout here at my place, and I'm about an hour closer than Battlefield to you.
Okay.
I'm here in Lancaster County, so
right.
If it's something you'd be interested in, I can give you the more specifics and everything. We've got a decent amount of people coming. I know. I don't even have my list out.
I remember you said Danny will be there.
Yeah, Danny's supposed to be there. Phil's going to be there. Kraft is going to be there. Sean from Pod and Joy is going to be there. Chris, Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons is going to be there. Chad from Richie's Recessives should be there. Nicole from Lady Tiz Exotics is going to be there. There's a whole bunch of people coming.
Awesome. Sounds like something I'd be interested in. Sure.
So yeah, I'll give you specifics and everything and my address, and you can let me know if you want to or not. Yeah. But I think it's great for everybody, especially since you're not that far away. Everybody just kind of get together and just hang out and.
What's the date on that?
You're gonna laugh because I don't remember off the top of my head. Let me pull out my calendar here. July 9th.
July 9th?
Yeah, July 9th.
I don't think that's an issue, but we'll definitely talk off of this and see what's going on.
All right, awesome, dude, awesome. All right, let's go over what are some of your main genes that you're focusing on that aren't recessives? We'll get into recessives a little bit later, but some of your main genes that you're working on.
Non-recessives, Calico usually. Calico is like what I'm more heavily invested in as far as non-recessives. But I have yellow belly. I have, let's see, I got pastel like everybody else, Enchi, mahogany.
Oh, okay.
Leopard. I got a little bit of everything, but the majority of my stuff is going to be Calico for the recessive game down the road.
Okay. See, we'll get into that too here. Actually, let's just jump into it. Let's talk about your recessives. I know you said about the TSK Axanthic. Is there any other recessives that you're working with? Because we'll dive into the Axanthic stuff a little bit deeper.
Yeah, I got G-Stripe.
Okay.
And Pied. I have some albinos, but they're more so just kind of there at this point in time. I don't really have huge plans for them, but I do breed them and produce with them. But it's recessives. I don't really have anything that's crazy high end. In my opinion, the TSK is the highest end, I guess, that I have. But
Yeah, I mean,
I'm buying quality versions of them. So
well, see, that's one thing. Everybody, and John even had said this when he was on the channel, that there's really no good or bad lines. It's just the line, it's just good and bad examples of each.
yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that's something that a lot of people kind of don't think about or kind of overlook. Now, is the Calico part of the reason, or is your Calico going to be a big part of your Axanthic stuff, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. How about Spider? Or
I
do you?
have 2 females with spider in them. Um, I'm not adverse to them, but I don't really need to work it.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure. Like for me, my Axanthic, like my big thing is I want to hit a zebra bee, but
Okay.
I want to hit like an orange dream zebra bee, get some desert ghost into it. Like I want to try to make that sucker pure white and black, and I'm thinking
Yeah.
that probably throwing the OD in there with that combo. I'm thinking that's probably the best way to get it. So
I'm
that
sure it would.
so I think like Spider's one of those things where like that was one of the first genes I think that made Axanthic really stand out in my opinion.
Hmm.
Just because I mean that zebra bee, I think that wowed the world when that debuted. I mean, heck, the stormtrooper.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That stormtrooper is something that my wife drools over all the time. That
Oh,
thing is
dude,
gorgeous.
there's just there's something about all that Axanthic that John has. It's just like,
Yeah.
and I mean, I know I bring up John's name a lot on this one, but let's face it, he's like basically the godfather of TSK. I
Yeah.
mean,
He, the Snake Keepers produced it and introduced it, but John just perfected it.
yeah, exactly. He took he went and made a Ferrari or a Lambo or whatever, Bugatti, wherever you want to put it, but that's what he turned that TSK line into. It was just a
Absolutely.
super strain of genes. Um, so what directions do you plan on taking your Axanthic then? Like
So my vision in my mind with it is going to be G-stripe Axanthic with a calico, a flora fauna line calico to bring in the really high white sides. I'm hoping to hit a white snake with a black line down its back.
oh, okay.
But
Now,
we'll see. That's still 5-6 years away.
oh, okay. Well, how many years have you been breeding?
This is my 2nd year breeding.
Okay,
This is my 3rd season in the hobby, but my 2nd year breeding.
okay. You're right there. You and I are right there on the same page.
Yeah.
This is my 2nd year as well. Now, what were your Axanthic pairings this year? Like, or did
One.
you not have many
Yep.
of them?
I have 2 Axanthic pairings this year. One was a pastel SK to another pastel SK, so hoping for super pastel SKs. And the other one was a pastel SK to a G stripe.
Oh, no. Okay. So there's your double.
Yeah,
There's your double hats.
yeah,
Okay.
starting to work towards it.
See, I'm jealous that you're producing the visual Axanthics already.
Well, we're hoping we do. The clutch is in the incubator. Let's just hope it. Because
Fingers
she did
crossed for
pair.
you.
Yeah, she did pair once with a G stripe male. So as long as he didn't take it, then there should be visuals. But if there's not, that's just more double hats.
Yeah. Jesse says, "Are there any double recessives with TSK?" I know there's TSK clowns. I'll be
Yep.
having TSK clowns hopefully next year or
Very nice.
next season. I've got my pastel female. I just had to move her up to the 50-20 rack because she's not even a year old yet, and she's right there around that 700-gram mark.
Oh wow,
And
good. She's growing good.
I feed every other week too, so she's using up every bit of nutrients, I guess. But she's surpassed every other snake in the rack. So she's growing like a weed. So I'm hoping I can pull off an Axanthic clown from her next year. Hoping.
That'd be awesome.
We'll see. But I don't even know. I mean, you've got the Axanthic clowns, you've got the lightning pieds. I don't know if there's really many other. I can't say as I've really seen any other double recessive TSK stuff.
I know that there are the G-stripe TSKs.
Okay.
Very few and far between. I know Tallgrass had one last year by mistake, or not by mistake, but just by he didn't know he had a G-stripe in his TSK line or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there's not very many.
See, everybody goes with VPI, and I don't know if it's just. I'm still trying to figure that out. Why it seems like one's so.
I think it's just the sheer abundance of it. Everybody's got VPI, so it's easier to find. Like if you want to make Axanthic clowns, you're going to find het Axanthic clowns VPI a lot more readily than you are TSK.
That's very true. That's very, very true. Good point on that one. Yeah, Jesse says availability. Yes, everybody, hit that like button. Definitely hit that like button. I know, like, I don't know. TSK always just kind of stood out to me. And I've seen more. I think I've seen visually more examples of it that stood out to be outstanding in my eyes than like VPI.
I agree.
I don't. I think my decision on it also boiled down to I came across a deal I couldn't pass up on it.
Okay.
I think I got my female for like $200 maybe, and she's just a visual
deal. Yeah,
she's just a visual TSK. No other genes, just single gene TSK. But she's turned out to be a very, very good example. I mean, she's very black and just gray. Granted, in pictures she looks brown, but I've yet to come up with a way to make an Axanthic look right.
Yeah, it's hard to photograph them. That's for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. What is it? What you? Where do you want to see your TSK stuff in the future, though? Like with genes that you don't even have, where do you want to take your Axanthic stuff to in the future? Or even in your other recessive projects as well. Where do you want to take those two in the future as well?
Well, I'm also working the HRA pied.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I got quite a few HRAs. I have 2 HRA females and a nice male. So I'm working that also. Have a clutch in the incubator. I'm trying to find a different way to get to the panda pied. So I'm doing like the gargoyle pied it's going to end up being. So
Okay.
HRA cinnamon, or I've seen oh crap, I can't remember his name right now. He's up in Canada. He does a lot of the HRA stuff.
Oh,
can't think of his name for the life of me. His background's always a baby blue background.
No. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, exactly. Drawing a big blank right now. But he does a lot of the.
Chris and Corey Woods.
Yes, thank you, Corey. Okay. Yep. So he's always doing that with the HRA stuff, and I did see a couple examples of the panda pied with HRA, and I think there's only a handful of them ever made so far. So I'm trying to figure out if I can do that to eliminate the duck billing and other complications you get with the black pastels and the super cineas and stuff like that.
Yes, that's you have your mahogany though. That would, I mean, you could do something with that similar, and you don't end up with that problem though. Correct?
Yeah, yeah. I think you can. I got him for the Quake project.
All right, what's that? I've heard of it, but I have no idea what it is.
That's another one that's actually really slept on. Not a lot of people are using it. It's just a darkening gene, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
It's like a black pastel mahogany type thing. I like the darker snakes, so it's one of those genes that seem to be somewhat new, and it's just the darkening gene as of right now. I'm sure
Okay.
eventually there'll be some crazy combos with it too, but
It always takes that one gene, just that one combo to unlock it, and it seems like then the doors all just kind of seem to open up
oh
after
yeah,
that.
floodgate.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know, like for me, I want to make a Super Cine Desert Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious if that's going to be if the Desert Ghost would bring in more black and make it a true black snake, or I've heard people say that they think it's going to make it like a silvery snake. I'm
Possibly
kind of curious to see
silvery
which
stuff.
way it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. Only one way to find out, right?
Exactly. What's up, Kai? Thanks for tuning in. We got some more people that hopped in here. Alluring Serpents, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Ken, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Simpled, what's up? I think I did say hi to Jesse, but Jesse, what's going on? I think that catches us up. All right. If anybody has any comments for Eric or myself, just drop them there in the comments, and I will do my best to catch them. Are you working with like any Desert Ghost stuff at all, or
No,
just
I don't have any DG or anything like that right now. At some point in time, I know my wife wants to get into it, and she's as much part of this as I am. So we'll probably end up getting into the DG just down the line. I want
yeah?
to be able to have the collection pay for the DG. So once they, yeah, once they start producing some money and can afford to pay for the DG, then I think I'll get into it.
Gotcha. How many clutches are you looking at this year so far?
I have 8 in the incubator now, and I'm probably looking at. I have a really nice confirmed pastel yellow belly ovulation right now, and
Nice.
probably 3 or 4 more. So I'm probably looking at like 10, 12 clutches this year.
Oh, nice, dude. Especially on your second year. Way to go.
Thank you,
Like
thank you, appreciate it.
I went backwards on my clutches. Last
Yeah.
year I had 4. This year I have 3. I don't even have, and I don't even have 3 like in the incubator yet. One's in the incubator. My female's refusing to let the other one go. She's like today puts her a week past. And
Oh
last
man.
year she did the same thing. She went 7 days exactly past, and then she dropped. And she's cruising her tub tonight. And so I'm hoping she's got that nice triangular look going on. So I'm hoping that tonight she just finally freaking drops them because I just hate that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's the longest you've ever had a female go before they?
4 days, I think, after the third
I
day
got you.
mark. So nothing too crazy. But
See
I
that?
have heard some horror stories.
I mean, I heard who was it? I think was it on Gomez on Gomez Python's channel there, Sal's. I think he had one go like 40 days or something like that
Yeah.
until she dropped. And it's just like, man, I hope I hope we just drop soon because I can't. It freaks me out. I don't
Yeah.
want to. I don't want to have. I know it's I can't speak tonight. Sorry, everybody. I know it's an eventual.
Yeah.
I just don't want that eventual to happen yet. Like not this year. This year's already kind of my Axanthic DG clutch that went down the tube. She reabsorbed, so that put me back a whole year on that one.
My Quake reabsorbed this year, I'm pretty sure too.
Oh man, see, I would love to know why they do that. It just like, and she was. I mean, she was pounding food like crazy. She was locking every time. I mean, there's just no rhyme or reason as to why. Just
Yeah,
no
I
idea.
I think I started pairing my Quake a little too late this season because
Okay.
last year she went. I think her clutch was hatched in April, so she laid them February. So I think I started pairing her too late in the season for her to go again this time around.
Oh,
But
okay.
it'll just have to wait till next year, I guess. Let her get fatter.
Well, I guess I'm still going to try to get a clutch out for this year. I'm determined that it's at least going to be a very early clutch for next year. I'm because I mean she's pounding food. I got the male I was paired to her. He was back on food, so I wanted to get like one more meal in him, and then just be like, here, let's see if we can start to spark something off again. And if they don't lock, then it's like, okay, I'll just call it a loss for this year. But
Yeah,
I just really, really wanted that double het clutch. That was my big.
absolutely.
That was just my killer clutch for the year, and yeah, that one hurt. That hurt. I would have been fine. Like last year, my lesser girl didn't go. I was fine with that. It's like, okay, I wanted to make some bells. I'll suck it up. It's fine. But it's just it hurts.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Doesn't feel good.
No. Chris says, Jeremy, I saw your wedding photo. You stud. Chris, what are you doing snooping on my personal Facebook here, buddy? Shoot. No, it's all good, Chris. It's all good. All right, let's see here. Sorry, like I said, my brain is not working. Let's go. Let's hit my picks of the week here real quick, and then we'll get into more questions. So just that way I don't forget that. All right, let's see here. I got these in order. All right, so the first pick is, all right. This is from JKR. I'm guessing MGR's manager, which is I'm drawing a
Chase.
Chase, thank you. Yeah. And it's a pastel Enchi leopard highway pied possible OD, which I love. Leopard's one of my favorite genes. So just the way that head is on that thing, that was a stunning snake. I saw that and
Beautiful.
I didn't even hesitate. That is a really awesome.
Yeah.
See, and like I just got 2 pods this year. So pod wasn't a gene that was really on my radar, but I had a deal that I just couldn't pass up. So I jumped on it. And I figured, hey, it goes good with Axanthic because I don't know if you're like me, but eventually everything's going to be in Axanthic one way or the other.
That's kind of the road I'm headed, I guess.
Okay, see, we'll be able to help each other out.
Absolutely.
All right, the next one is from Balls of Fury Ball Pythons. And it's a high intensity orange dream yellow belly spider, and it's double het for something. And I was an idiot and didn't click the more thing before I hit the screenshot. But I love how orange that thing is with the high intensity orange dream, and that thing is just awesome.
That thing is beautiful. I don't think
I can just imagine that as a bumblebee.
Yeah.
Throw pastel into that yet, that thing would just glow like crazy, I think.
Absolutely.
And then we have from Ozzy Boyd's got Super Orange Dream Yellow Belly Fire Barnhart Black Pastel Cypress Clown combos, which I don't know exactly what's what, but wow.
Yeah. That's about all I can say to that. Wow.
Yeah, just wow. Like I love the darkness of the one on the right, but that one on the left, I mean, the orange it's just stunning. What more do we expect from Ozzy, though? I mean, really, if Ozzy produced a snake that wasn't astonishing, I think we'd have to start worrying about something.
Well, I'm sure he produces them, but he just doesn't show them.
Well,
It's
that's
a byproduct.
we just won't let anybody know that we made something like this.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, which is by far my number one pick of the week. And normally I don't like to put numbers to them, but I had to put a number to this one. If I hold on here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
From JD Constriction, that is what I had to message him about, just that way I knew I got the jeans right because he didn't post it. That is a super enchy Firefly Axanthic.
Beautiful.
Which that and then just look what's in the background too. I mean, it looks like he's got at least another Axanthic clown. It looks like maybe back in there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not an Axanthic. I don't know. That might not be an Axanthic clown. That might just be another super enchy. But something that's got a striping going on with it. But just my God.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that thing, my first thought was that head stamp looks like an old cattle brand. Like something that just, it's like, damn, that thing's gorgeous.
Yep, that's kind of what I thought too. It looked like it was like like you said, a cattle brand. That's a really good way to put it. It just stood out. And the funny thing is, after I messaged him about it, I went back to Instagram and he posted another picture of one that was even better than this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so I don't have time to go back and redo another pick of the week slide thing. It's like, we're just going to stick with this one. But yeah, the one he posted after I got a hold of him, it's just like, good God, dude, come on.
Slow down a little. Let us try to catch up a little.
Yeah. Let me drool over the first one a little bit longer before I had to drool over another one. But John's definitely he's just he gives me that I have something to shoot for with his stuff. I have something to shoot for. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Ken says that Ozzy guy is gonna be big.
Who? Ozzy? Who? No.
Yeah. Who's Ozzy?
Oh yeah, he is huge. I've yet the chance to talk to him, but one of these days I'm sure I'll get to.
Well, Nicole from Lady Tiz had him on her live stream 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think it's 2 weeks ago. And he was supposed to come on here in July, but I don't know what happened. I just couldn't get a date out of him, so I didn't want to keep bothering him. So I just kind of left it be what it was. But I did, everybody, just so everybody knows, I am starting to book for August. I just booked my first guest for August. I do have a list of people to go through still, but we're going to have Brian Gundy on the show.
Awesome.
So he was on, he hopped into, I jumped into a atypical, their live that they had on Instagram this morning, and Brian was in there. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I would love to have him on just because he's one of the guys that helped inspire me.
Yeah. And he's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah. And I just kind of thought, it's like, you know what? I'm going to take a shot in the dark. And I mean, I had Billy on, I'm going to say, I guess it's probably about a month ago now, maybe a little over a month. And after having Billy on, I don't want to say it gave me a boost of confidence, but it gave me something that just kind of, it's like, all right, so I can get some of these bigger name good people on here and, get some information for everybody and then get me to learn some stuff too, as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what's the worst they're going to say is no. And, we had John Dog on, we have Brian Cusco coming on in July. So, I mean, it's just kind of one of those deals where it's like, you know what? I have nothing to lose. If they say no, oh, well,
what's the worst that could happen? They say no? Yeah.
Exactly. But I kind of figured Brian probably would say yes, just because he's that kind of guy. I mean, he's just a very down-to-earth, loving, caring individual.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited about having him come on. So surprise, everybody. I was going to wait till later on in the show to announce that one with the roster, but Oh well. We'll let that one. The cat's out of the bag.
Yep, yep.
Oh man. Like I said before, anybody in the chat, if you guys have any questions for Eric that I can't think of because I still have more on my list here, but drop any questions you have in the chat there, and I will try to make sure we get them. Let's see, I lost my spot here. What types of racks are you using, Eric?
I have a ARS 7030 right over here that you can see over my shoulder. And then over here, just on the other outside of the screen, I have VE6s and VE2s.
Okay.
And I'm waiting on delivery of another ARS within the next couple weeks here.
All right, now what size are you waiting on to
5530 or 5540?
Okay, 5540. All right, that's what that one is there. Only that's definitely not the 40 size.
Yeah.
I like that's the part I like about the hybrids. I can buy them as I need them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's nice about them.
Now, the VE stuff you were saying about, is there a reason, like, I'm not familiar with the VE sizes. Are they more like hatchling sizes?
They are, give me a second. They have 3 different size tubs that'll fit in the same slot. They are 18 inches deep, I think. This is the hatchling size, which is just a little pencil tub, I think they call it.
Okay.
From that, that'll fit 3 wide. And then they have same length, but a little bit wider.
Okay, so that'd be more. That'd be
grow out.
Yeah.
I keep them in here usually till about 500.
Okay.
I could probably move them a little bit earlier than that, but they seem to be all right in there until around 5, and then from there they have this size here, which is I think it's 32. I think I want to say something like that.
Okay. So that almost looks like that'd be probably about the equivalent of like an FB20 almost. I think that I'm looking at my TGR rack I have sitting in the corner. And I'm thinking that looked probably about the size of an FB20.
Potentially. Yeah, it might be. I'm not sure, honestly. But I like the modularity of it. The fact that I can use any of those tubs and any of the slots. So if I have a bunch of hatchlings, I can fill it up with hatchlings. Or if I have grow outs, swap out the tub to the other size. And it's just a nice availability to do that.
Yeah. See, I love my ARS stuff, but that is one thing that I've heard a lot of people like why they like the VE stuff, because it's very diverse. Like you can, like you said, swap out and have 3 different size tubs all in the same rack and not have any issues with it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm happy I'm getting my ARS in, but I will probably eventually buy more. I have another VE6 sitting over there that needs to be built in case I have to have it.
Oh, okay.
But I definitely like that, the availability and the interchangeability of the system.
So your ARS stuff, then that's more of like your stuff that's like, it's like your adult racks, I guess I want to say.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Chris asked a question here. Wants to know if you breed your own feeders.
I do.
Nice.
I started breeding rats when I got around 30 snakes, somewhere in that range, 30, 35 snakes. It just wasn't cost effective anymore to get live feeders in. And I don't do frozen thaw just because I found they weren't eating them as readily. And every time I would feed, if I say 3 or 4 of them didn't eat, it was getting chucked in the garbage. We're out in the woods where I live. Just throw them out in the middle of nowhere. But with the live, I just take it back downstairs and put it back in the rack. And
That's a
next
good
week
point.
I can try and feed it again.
No, what do you keep your rats in? Like, do you have like ARS rat rack, freedom breeder, or do you, homemade?
I have 5, 6 homemade racks out of
Okay.
the cement tubs. I have 1 large freedom breeder grow out tub. I think that it's like the I don't even know. It's like 5 foot wide by 3 foot deep, single drawer rack. It's a 3 stack that I have of that. That I use that for grow outs, and then I have my ASF rack that I just built. That's 70 series ARS tubs.
Okay, so you're gonna be doing ASFs now then too.
Yep, I've been doing them for a little while, but I just haven't quite nailed them down yet. My production just isn't the greatest with the ASFs.
I heard that they're a pain in the neck. Especially, I've heard people say about how they're eating their own babies and stuff.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of like I don't understand how that how that remotely helps your population at all if
yeah,
you
they're
eat
they're
the next
savages.
generation.
Yeah, they're savages when it comes to it. Every time I open up that drawer in there, there's a couple of them missing heads or whatever, and I give them plenty
What?
of supplemental. Oh yeah, like the little pinkies and stuff, they'll eat the heads first, but I give them plenty of supplemental. I give them black sunflower seeds. I give them a high protein dog food. I give them fruits and veggies, but just they must not be
That's,
happy or whatever.
that makes no sense. Um, no, since we're on the ASF thing, what do you think it makes it harder to sell a snake if it's only eating ASFs, or don't you really think it makes much of a difference?
I When I first started breeding ISFs, I was under the impression, I don't want to feed it to anything that's for sale because it's harder to switch over and that's a selling point. But after a while of doing it, I have out of the 100 shot just shy of 100 snakes that I have 7 of them that are strictly ASF. 3 of them came to me that way, and 2 of them I've discovered to be that way, or a couple others I've discovered to be that way from being here. But besides that, everything else, I can switch it back and forth weekly. I
Oh,
can feed
nice.
them ASFs 3 weeks in a row, and then the 4th week throw a rat in. They don't care.
Hmm.
Whether that's just my personal experience, I'd love to say that's the case everywhere, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, see, I've heard mixed reviews that some people say that um if they're only eating ASF that it makes it a real pain in the neck to try to resell them. So I wasn't sure what your take on that was. Let me see here. I missed some questions, I think, possibly. Maybe I didn't.
Congrats, 4S's. I see your daughter won the soccer team or soccer game. Congrats.
Oh yes, congratulations! I just right as you said that I got to that. All right. Which I think Kevin is coming to. I think he's coming to the cookout as well, if I'm not
Nice.
mistaken. All right. So Ozak asks, "Do you still have your first snake that popped your cherry?"
The corn snake? No, not the one that I bought when I was in high school. I had her for like 9 years, and then she passed. But when I got
Oh,
her, she was already an adult, so I don't know how old she was or wasn't. Um, but I had her for a good long time, and I'm very, very fond memories of her still.
well, that's good. Since we're still not too far off from the food topic, how often do you feed? And
Once a week.
okay, once a
Um,
week.
yeah, I'm earlier before I used to do like sporadic feeding. I'd feed like 3 weeks in a row and then off for 2 weeks and then a week And then part of it was supply chain. Part of it was I wanted to not get them used to, oh, it's Sunday at 6 o'clock, let's feed.
Yeah.
Not that they have timers in there or anything that they know what time it is, but I didn't want them to be like, all right, well, I need to eat because it's Sunday.
So I think they've got a biological clock to an extent that yeah. Because I noticed with some of mine, like they don't care. They only act that they're hungry basically on the day that they know I'm gonna feed. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think they know somehow. I have no idea. What's up, Matt? Thanks for tuning in.
Do you feed live or frozen thawed?
I do frozen thawed.
Okay.
I have a guy that's 20, 30 minutes away that I get the majority that I get all my frozen thawed from. My pied pair that I have, they're stuck on live.
Okay.
And if like I thought I'd be able to switch them over by now, but they're stubborn and they're driving me nuts. So if I would have known that how determined they were, I don't know if I would have still bought them. But it is what it is at this point. I mean, the female's a mouser, which that really sucks.
Yeah.
I need to. I'm really trying hard to get her to switch over. She's a tough cookie to crack.
Does she eat more than one at a time or just one?
I give her 2 live mice. But the thing is, though, is like for my live food, I just go to the pet shop that's like 10 minutes down the road because I'm not going to drive 30 minutes to my rat guy or rat and mouse guy. Especially with gas the way it is. It's just cheaper to go the 10-minute drive.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, but the mice that I'm getting from there aren't like huge. Like, if I was getting like extra large mice, I wouldn't care. It'd be all right, whatever. But I'm getting mice that they're calling adults, and they're like, I don't know, 3 inches long, maybe.
Okay.
Like body length, and it's like I've feed extra large mice to the carpets, and I have the extra large mice in the freezer.
Yeah.
She won't eat frozen thawed.
Have you heard of people? How fast does she take the second mouse?
The second mouse, on average, normally she'll pick it up real quick, provided I'm not too late on getting it in there.
Okay.
If I get occupied like editing a video or something like that, and kind of forget, hey, I got to throw the next mouse, and then it takes her a little bit more to get on point with it. But I try to be quick on it.
Next time you try to feed, I'd suggest trying to the second one, have it be a rat,
like a live rat pup or something,
like a live rat pup or something. Because I was given that suggestion and it helped me.
Okay.
Because usually it only helps if they take 2. That way, the second one they're already in that hunger mode, so they care less what it is. Just they grab it and eat it. It's a suggestion.
I will try that this week or this coming weekend. I'll try that, and I'll let you actually know how I make out with that. That's
awesome.
Because it would be nice. I think somebody had even said about get them on your rats. Bring up some rats, Chris. I know you're bringing up some stuff on my future hatchlings here anyway, but yeah, no, because the carpets eat 2 mice each, and I had thought, get them in that food mode like you said, and they took the first mouse, no problem, and the second time with a rat pup the same size basically as what the mouse was, and Xena comes up to it, puts her nose right to it, just stares at it, and goes back onto her branch. It's just like, you gotta be shitting me. Come on. It's just those suckers are smart. I don't care what anybody says. They think. They're not
absolutely.
a normal snake. They think. He said, Ken says Justin gave him that advice early on and it worked. And Luring Serpent said the same thing as well. Yeah, see, because that's the big thing. There is, if I can get them on rats, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But I don't know how long it would take a female ball python to get up to size just eating stupid mice. That I think would just take forever.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, what genes do you want to add to your collection, Eric, and into your projects and everything?
Honestly, right now, I'm happy with where we're at. I don't really see myself wanting to get into too many other genes. Like
Okay.
I mentioned earlier, I know my wife wants to get into DG at some point in time, which I could see us doing easily. Um, but again, I also want to establish what I have and make them work for me before I decide to bring anything else in.
Yeah.
Um, and I want to see more results from what I have before I want to start thinking about bringing anything else in.
See, that there is, I think, a very wise choice. I think that's one thing a lot of us get into where we start adding in a whole bunch of stuff and we've got a whole lot of everything, but really no true direction.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're making sure you've got the base foundation set. And then you're just gonna start adding in a little bit here and there, but making sure that you still have that good solid foundation. I think that's really smart, in all honesty.
Thank you.
Because that's, like I said, I think that's one thing that and I'll even point, call myself out on that. I bought a whole bunch of other stuff. Like I've got leopard, spider, cine, pastel, which I think everybody's got pastel anyway. Orange dream, high intensity orange dream, yellow belly and spark, lesser, Mojave, banana. And I've got a whole bunch of everything. And it all, like, originally I had, what was it, two males that were supposed to be females. And those, by them being males and not females, that totally screwed up my whole breeding plan that I had set up. Like originally I had, I was kind of spread out gene wise, but I had a plan where I was going with all those, it was all going to work out. But when some of those platforms ended up being males instead of females, it sunk my ship real quick.
Oh yeah.
Like at I had a leopard lesser spot nose that was supposed to be a female. Well, I went out and bought a bumblebee clown to go to her to make, stuff for Batman projects.
Yep.
Well, when it turned out that she was a he, there went that one. So I have a couple female clowns growing up now. So that there put me 2 years behind schedule.
Yeah.
And Nixon says smaller meals more frequently seem to have some big benefits. I have heard that too, but mice aren't really nutritional at all. I mean, for hatchlings, they are, from what I'm told, just because like your hatchlings need that calcium, but the rats come into play, I think, a lot just because of the fat and all the muscle mass that's on them. I think that's where you'd have to have a lot more mice to equal one rat, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. There's not one gene that you really want to add, but what's like a dream gene? Even go for like a dream recessive you want to get involved in later on down the road. Like after you have your foundation built. One thing you'd really want to add into it where you think it's going to be like just booming and working with what you got.
Probably acid. It's
Okay.
not really a recessive, but I like the way the acid does to the pattern, what it does to the patterning and stuff like that.
See, that's right where my mind is. I should have an acid coming here next year. Hopefully. So I'll be able to hook you up.
Awesome.
Alluring Serpent says, how many rat pairs did you put together for how many snakes? Now, I don't know if they're talking amongst the chat themselves, but figured since you do your own rats and stuff, that'd be a good one for you to answer, Eric.
So I guess what I've always done and what I was told when I first started was you want one breeder female per every snake you have, as far as rats go.
Okay.
So you want to have one breeder female rat for every snake you have. And I don't think I'm quite there, but I do probably have 80 breeder female rats. And I put them in colonies of 1.5, 1.6. And then I do the maternity rack, which I'll tell you what, if anybody's starting to get into breeding, I was against the maternity rack for the longest time. It's like, why would I do that? I'll just let them sit in the colony and breed out and do it from there. It's less of a headache. My productivity has gone up at least 60, 75% just doing the maternity rack.
Oh, wow.
What I found was the females would constantly fight and tug the pups apart from each other, and that would hurt a lot of them, killing off a lot of them when you're doing it in the maternity or the colony style, I should say. So when I did the maternity rack, I went into it a little hesitantly. It's like, all right, I'll give it a try. What's the worst that could happen? I have an extra rack, no big deal. But
Yeah.
I love it. I can't wait to. I'm probably gonna end up building another one before the end of the summer.
Oh, wow. That's now I don't know if you're up for this. Do you have any snakes you want to show off by chance? I know some people don't like getting into their racks at nighttime in the snake room.
Well, I just fed, but I'll pull some stuff out. Just handle them gingerly.
All right.
What would you be interested in seeing?
Whatever you want to show, dude. Just show off some eye candy. I'm pretty sure everybody probably would love to see some eye candy.
Right,
and
let me turn this up a little bit.
So I'll put you on the big screen. So I know I'd love to see some more of the stuff that you're working with in general. I mean, obviously for me, anything Axanthic, but
We can start with an Axanthic. This is the girl that just gave me a clutch. Pastel TSK Axanthic girl.
She's a very nice example too.
Yeah. And she's actually browning out. She's going into shed. When she's out of fresh shed, she's pretty black and white.
Very, very beautiful girl.
Thank you.
And everybody in the chat, if there's something where you want to see if Eric has it in his collection, and just drop it here, and we'll see. Maybe you'll be lucky and he's got it.
This is one of the girls I picked up from John.
That thing is freaking stunning, dude.
Yeah. She is gorgeous. I definitely one of the more eye candy ones that I have in the collection, if not the most eye candy one.
And the thing is, like, just with you having her, I mean, think of all the years it took him to line breed something that looks like that.
Yeah.
So that's putting anybody buying anything like that, that's putting you that many years ahead in the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Creative Genetics says campfire. Do you have any campfires?
No, can't say I do. Pastel G-stripe female.
See, now that would look nice in Axanthic. I agree.
Yeah. She's got a nice, solid, continuous line all the way down her dorsal.
Very beautiful girl. Ken asked, Ken, are you talking about the G strip that he just had out? Ken said, "What is that one?" That was just a G stripe and what
Pastel
else?
G stripe.
Pastel G stripe.
Yep. Now this girl, she was sold to me by a good friend of mine, Eric from EDR, Exotic Design Reptiles,
Okay.
and he couldn't say whether she was anything else or wasn't. So I picked her up as a leopard. But like everybody's got, oh, there's more than that, right? There's got to be. She looks like there's more than that. But this girl, just to me, is just. I picked her up as just as a leopard, but she is just too dark, in my opinion, to be just leopard.
I was gonna say she is very, very dark. I agree.
And then I don't know if you can see that stomach.
Oh yeah, that basically black line the whole way down through the
Yep.
middle of it.
I've tossed it in the air thinking that this potentially could be acid. I've asked a couple people. The people that I've asked have said no. So they work with the gene, so I'm going to have to assume that they're correct and it's not acid. But
Yeah.
it just, she's got some crazy dripping and stuff like that.
I mean, man, I don't know. It might just be one of those things where she's just one of those outrageously good examples of a leopard.
Yeah,
It
it
might,
could
I mean,
potentially. And then she keeps getting darker and darker, and the darker she gets, the more I'm in love with her.
wonder. Matt says looks like a nice Leo to him.
Yeah.
I wonder if, I mean, there's an IMG stuff floating around. I know somebody's working with an IMG thing in ball pythons. Maybe it's got some ties to that by chance.
I don't know.
Because
I don't know if he's got anything of that sort in his collection. But potentially, like you said, it's floating around. So
yeah. Is there anything else anybody would like to see? Throw out some combos, everybody.
you saw a dark. Now here's a light.
Now that's a very nice calico there.
Flora fauna line calico.
That's very, very nice. Now, which do you think is, which do you, I mean, obviously you like calico, but what's your opinion on sugar? Because sugar and calico are basically the same thing, correct? If I'm not mistaken, because I don't work with either of them.
I would have to agree that they're pretty much the same thing. This is a pastel sugar.
Okay, so you do have sugar and calico.
Yep.
Okay.
This is the only sugar that I have, male, and I put him to my spider this year. So maybe make some spider calicos, spider sugars. Yep.
Oh my dude, Calibes are freaking awesome. I mean, that's just a look that you can't duplicate. A Calibe is just awesome.
Absolutely.
Bryce, he doesn't have DG yet. That's possibly in the pipeline down the road. Sean says nice calico with a big exclamation point.
Thank you.
Brandon asks about clowns.
Clowns. Let's see.
Everybody loves a good clown. Hey, Socios, what's up? Ooh. So clown, is it banana clown something?
Yep.
Or is it just plain banana clown?
No. Cinnamon. Enchi? No, blade. Sorry, this one's blade.
Cinnamon blade banana clown.
Yep.
Very nice. I think cinnamon always works really well with banana. It brings in that really nice orange, like your dorsal stripe there.
Mm-hmm.
It makes that just pop with that orange, and that's beautiful. See, that was another thing I missed out too this year. I was going for making heck clowns in my banana project, and she reabsorbed, or I don't even know what she did. I swear I felt follicles, and there's just nothing. I had Chris from BNS. He came over. We had a breeder's breakfast there at Shady Maple, and he came over afterwards, and we ultrasounded a whole bunch, all of my females, and she just had nothing. It's just kind of like, what the heck happened here? And like, it's funny because the two biggest girls didn't go this year for me.
Mm-hmm.
But the three small, the one that reabsorbed last season went. My killer bee that laid last year. Actually, she laid a month ago. Like, let's see, this is June. So she laid May of last year.
Okay.
And she's laying June of this year. And my leopard, my pewter leopard girl, she just ovulated couple weeks ago, and she's just now going into her pre-lay shed. But like the smaller girls are the ones that are going, and the ones that are bigger were the ones that skipped. It's like, what
Take
the
a year
hell?
off.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell's this crap? What's up, Chad? You have no
How's it
room
going,
to call anybody weirdos. Come on now.
Let's see. What other eye candy do I have?
Now, is your reptile room just a room in your house, or?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you went and like custom built a room, or if you just used up a bedroom, or
Yeah, I
whatnot.
just used the bedroom. Super pastel, super vanilla, calico spider.
Oh wow. See, I was thinking spider, but then I was also starting to doubt myself on it.
Yep.
That is beautiful. Absolutely stunning animals, dude.
Thank you.
Now, how is she? She's probably gonna be ready to breed for next season, then, right?
Yeah. Yep. She's still a little light yet. She'll be getting one of those new 5540s once they come in.
Oh, nice. Chad said, "Look at your beard. Look at your beard. Wow."
That's a super old man right there.
I just trimmed mine off. My goatee I had going on there, it was starting to just piss me off. So it was like I kept getting hairs in my mouth. I was like, you know what, the heck with this. We're trimming it back down a little bit. I couldn't take it.
Every time I eat, I need to move it to the side.
And then if you need a snack, you know where to go for later, right?
Yeah. Just got to dig around a little bit.
Exactly. See, that's the one benefit to having a beard, I think. Alluring said it had first reabsorbed this year, made it 30 millimeters, and hit it rewind. Oh man, that would suck. That there would suck. Sorry to hear that. Yeah. I feel your pain on that one. I feel your pain. Not I don't know what millimeters mine got to, but either way, man, that would suck. What was the pairing on that one, Alluring? Brandon wants to know if you have any double recessives.
No, not currently.
Working on them, though. He's working on them.
Yep. Got some double hets hopefully being laid within the next couple weeks here.
Dude, I can't wait for the day I can actually produce a double recessive. Like the visual. I forgot the double hats. I just gotta hit the odds now. I gotta hit the odds.
Yeah.
What's your goal animal to produce this year?
Probably those double hats this year.
Just the double hats?
Yeah, just so I can keep chugging forward towards that goal. I have a bunch of other stuff that I'm excited about, but the most excited is probably those double hats.
Okay. What's your second most anticipated pairing then, or clutch?
Let's see. I got that pastel yellow belly that I'm getting an ovulation from right now. I have her going to a where is he? Give me a second. Let me find him.
No, you're good. 1 second. Why are you at this end of the tub? Ah.
I have her going to a pastel freeway, 100% het pied.
Oh, okay.
Making some freeways and stuff like that.
Dude, I love freeways. Absolutely freaking love freeways. Fred and AJ want to know what double hats.
G-stripe Axanthic.
Alluring serpents, banana calico, het pied, G-stripe to. Oh, wow.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That.
And I am sorry on that one. That one would hurt too. Yeah. I don't know if anybody can see. Maybe you probably can't. Let me even us out here. But yeah, you see that big yellow blob right there on this rack? I don't know why, but that's the girl that's due to lay. Like, that's overdue. And for whatever reason, she's on the cold side, not where she needs to be. Oh, she's aggravating. Anything else you want to show us, Eric? That you can.
Yeah, actually, another clutch that I'm excited about, I guess, is my HRA pied stuff. I'll show you the male. He's a high white pied, but he's a pastel Leo HRA pied. So he's not really not a whole lot of patterning to him, but he's got some paradoxes on him. We love him for that.
So I like the color up around his neck and everything, and they're on his face. That I'm seeing an orangish yellow, but I am partially colorblind.
Yeah, no, he's got some orangey yellows to him and stuff like that.
Now, are you planning on throwing anything in there to bring more pattern into it, or do you like the high white pieds?
I'm undecided. I have a no white pied that I produced last year that I really like, but I also like the way a high white like this looks. Okay. So I'm really undecided on which camp I'm in yet.
See, I have to have low white pieds. I love to see that pattern. I also love what the low, like how screwed up the pattern looks on the low white pieds. Chad says mid white pieds are best for him. Basically, the two pieds I got are probably about as much white as what I want to see in a pied. I do like
my no white that I produced last year. That's about as far as patterning goes, or white blotches goes for him.
That's what I'm liking right there. I love, like, you have all that pattern, but it's so screwy and goofy looking.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, all you need to do is get Axanthic and keep that goofiness in the pattern.
Yeah, right? That would look crazy.
That is freaking nice looking.
Thank you.
Did you see? I don't know if when you were at Gettysburg, if you got a chance to walk around there, Matt from the Ball Python Project, he had a snake he was showing off. It looked like a pied, but it's not a pied.
Really?
Yeah, he had it there on display. I don't know if he'll bring it to the next one, but I mean, it was a really wicked looking animal. I love that thing. Ooh. Now do tell on that one because I mean it's got to either be Mojave or Mystic or something.
Yep, it's a super mystic Quake.
Okay, so that's with the Quake in it.
See how dark it is compared to a regular super mystic, where it's just like a purple snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what the Quake does to it. Makes it
Oh
darken up.
yeah.
Not quite as dark as a GHI Mojave,
Yeah.
but it definitely brings all that dark dorsal to it.
But imagine if you threw the Quake then into a GHI Mojave though.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
and this is a one-eyed Winona. She was born with one eye, so she'll never go anywhere. But it's all right. I wasn't planning on getting rid of him, anyways.
I see there. I thought there was something that looked weird with her eye there, but I
Yep.
just wasn't sure if it was that like a glare on it or what.
Now that
So,
eye is just a funky eye. I
huh?
looks like it's healthy underneath. I've tried like soaking it, trying to see if it's just a really stuck head cap or eye cap, but
Yeah.
just this eye is perfectly healthy, but the other one just doesn't want to function properly.
Huh. See, it kind of adds a really neat look to her, though. I do kind
Yeah,
of. I mean, it makes her look kind of crazy and wicked looking. I do like it though. What's up, Hales? What's up, Adam? Thanks for tuning in. Mark, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Adam, you missed the big news, dude. I'll say it again in case we have anybody new. But I have Brian Gundy coming on in August, like the first Sunday in August. So I just booked him today. I was freaking ecstatic. So I'm still debating when I'm going to do like a roundtable thing where I'm going to have like 2 or 3 guests on at the same time. But Adam, you're still on that list as a definite for that roundtable, dude. Oh shoot!
she's in shed, so she's a little gray, but this is a pastel super cine. What I love about her is her tongue flick. If you see, she flicks it kind of like a rattlesnake. She folds it up when she flicks her tongue. I don't know if you can see that too well.
I saw, yeah.
Yep, there he goes. That's since she was a hatchling, she's done that, and that's just one of those things I love about her.
That's crazy. See, I'm almost wondering. Seeing that like she's got that grayish look to her. I'm curious as if the desert ghost, with what I'm thinking, is going to make the snake look like gray like that, or if it's going to amplify and make it more black.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
know.
that's one thing because I don't know if I've ever seen anybody produce one.
I'm not sure.
Oh, sweet, Chad. That's cool. Chad said he did a kid's birthday party today with the snakes, and Brian Gundy helped him out. Helped
That's
him.
awesome.
Dude, that's one thing I'd really like to like. I don't want to say birthday parties, but just like little gatherings or something like that, where just to help make people see snakes aren't terrible and evil.
Yeah, destigmatizing.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know like a lot of people that I talk to, they think I'm all weird, for having all these snakes. Like they're legit like creeped out. There's something wrong with that guy, which there is something wrong with this guy. But um, like I started asking him a couple more questions, on what type of experience they have with them, and 9 times out of 10, it's well, they stumble across them in the woods, and of course chances are they're probably screwing with them while they're in the woods then. So, of
Yeah,
course, the snake's going to be a little, testy. So I try to tell him, it's like, it's like, whatever you know about snakes in the wild from your personal experience, it's like they're not like that in captivity 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
I was like, as I told the guys, I was like, if you come over to my house, I guarantee, I would almost guarantee you would want to have one as a pet by the time you left.
Yeah. Yep.
That's right. He was at a reptile show this weekend. Got some sweet pickups, lots of killer. Very nice. I'm looking forward to see what you picked up, Adam. Very, very nice. All right, let's see. All right, back to my list of questions and everything. All right. Well, like your main focus is Instagram, correct? Like
Yeah.
Instagram, you have a little bit on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. I forget all the links I grabbed.
Yeah, I have a Facebook for it, but I guess dumbly linked it to my personal Facebook instead of the business one. So every time I post and I have it share onto that, it goes to my personal one. And I'm sure I could tweak it and figure it out to change it back over so that it works to the business one. But at the same time, Facebook hasn't really brought anything to the party, so Instagram's where I'm staying for now.
I say Instagram and YouTube is where it's at. And
apparently my OnlyFans is good too. Thank you. I'll have to link that in the bio.
Adam, my second. I don't know if you can see Adam. Hold on, let me put me on the big screen here quick. See that snake moving right here, Adam? Right here? That is, she's still holding the eggs. She just does not want to get rid of them yet. So she's 7 days past still. No idea why she's hanging out on the cool end, cruising around, being an idiot instead of getting her job done. But she's slacking. She's slacking. Oh shoot! All right, what was I just talking about? My sleep.
Facebook.
Yes. And you had said you're gonna probably end up starting a YouTube channel at some point. So I will say this: when you do decide to do that, hit up Gershon from GP Snakes.
Okay.
He does like a series called Next Up. So it basically like he'll do like a little interview with you, and it helps get you a lot of traction.
Awesome.
In the YouTube community and stuff, because YouTube's a grind, dude. Like I love the grind of it, but it's a grind.
Yeah. Now, I know you do regular videos, but what is your main focus? These lives or the smaller videos or the videos that you post?
All right. I do one main video a week. That drops on every Wednesday. And then I do a live every Sunday. So originally the channel is just the videos. These lives are a byproduct of being on Adam at Proper Royals, his live. And I rapidly realized I can sit here and talk with a whole bunch of people across the whole world and talk about snakes, as opposed to me trying to talk to my wife and not getting anywhere. My wife could care less about what I say about snakes, but people on here care.
Yes.
So after doing that live with him, it got me out of my shell to an extent. I was like, you know what? I could do that. It's like, I really enjoyed it. So I made that one of my goals this year was to start doing a live stream. So it's still my first year doing it. I just crossed over the threshold of 1 year on YouTube. So we're getting close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. I mean, we're still, I think before this, I was at 743, I think, something like that, 742, maybe somewhere in there. But it's a slow growth. I still can't believe that I'm where I'm at sub-wise. So if anybody's new to the chat or new to watching, if you're not subscribed already, all the support's appreciated. Hit that subscribe button, please. I greatly appreciate it. I know, I just did a 700 sub giveaway. I'll be doing another giveaway when we hit 800. That'll be a t-shirt. Might throw, it'd probably be a t-shirt and some stickers. I might throw my last license plate out that I have. I still have one more license plate, which if case anybody's curious what I'm saying. One of these. Ooh, they'd be up right side up. Yeah, put it on your car, hang it up on your wall, whatever you want to do with it. But that was part of the 700 sub giveaway. Was one of those. But I figured maybe I'll throw that in with like the 900 sub giveaway, a shirt and one of those.
Yep.
Chris from BNS Reptilia had when he was on last week made an absolute generous offer, which I did not see coming at all. Granted, Chris is very generous to begin with, but like he blindsided me with this one, and he said when I hit 1,000 subs, he'd donate a snake to a giveaway. So
That's
I
awesome.
was completely blindsided with that one with all that generosity, but it was, yeah. I don't know. I'm still at a loss of words for it. Thanks, Chad. I appreciate it, dude. Which Chad's been on the channel the most, I think. I don't think anybody other than Chad's been on here once. Chad's been on twice. We did a normal thing like this, and then I guess that was like 2 or 3 weeks before May the 4th. So I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan or not. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Okay. See, if you come to the barbecue, dude, you'll love the man cave. I'll take you up to the man cave and you'll love it.
Awesome.
It's like not Star Wars on 6 walls.
Oh man.
Yes, Star Wars and other sci-fi stuff. It's great. But yeah, he was on. We did like where we just were basically talking Star Wars for like, I don't even know, like probably about 2 hours, maybe almost 3 hours.
Wow, that's awesome.
It went for a while. It was awesome. Yeah, what's up, Keys? See you sneaking in. Star Wars is awesome. I don't know have you watched any of the new Kenobi series yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, yeah, all right. I know I'm not going to throw out any spoilers for anybody, but it's apparently you either love it or you hate it. Okay. I think they've done really well with it. You know how like in the original Star Wars, Vader really didn't do a whole lot. Like he was feared, but you really didn't know why. He had a couple lightsaber battles with Luke, whatever, but you didn't really see why ever he was so feared. You see it now.
Okay.
They've done Vader very, very well.
Wow.
So for by all means, if anybody, if you like Darth Vader, and it's well worth just for that. But yeah, I do like that series. It's really good. I'm hoping that they do a second one. So
very cool.
Let's see. Keys, which one is it? Is it T or Keisha? Which one is it? I guess it's probably T, because a lot of times when it's Keisha, she puts Keisha at the end of it, I guess, if I remember correctly. If anybody's got a question for Eric, drop it in the comments there. I always I can only come up with so many questions. I'm sure everybody gets tired of the same questions that I ask, because I kind of go through the same list for the most part. So I always like having people, throw out their
random ones. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, because it's it's something that maybe that they need help with. Ken says Rogue One Vader Rogue One Vader had me cheering in the theater the second that lightsaber lit up in that black hallway. I was like, I couldn't literally cheer, but inside I was jumping up and down for joy. But yes, Rogue One Vader was very, very good in that. But I don't know, dude. I think the Kenobi Vader's taking that a step up. Like, I don't know. Kenobi Vader's ruthless. He's ruthless. Put it that way. All right, I didn't miss.
I saw somewhere early in the chat when we were busy talking, somebody asked something about hunting rifle when we were talking about hunting before. I'll answer that shortly, Tyler. I'll get
Yep, I just started. Actually, here, I'll just pop it up
Yeah.
there now. That way.
I saw that they were shooting a 243. 243 is a great round, nice flat shooting round. I shoot 30-06, and
Mm-hmm.
I have a 30-30 as a brush gun. But yeah, the 243 is a great round. Great, nice flat trajectory, good for reaching out and touching something.
Yeah. Seems like it's funny you say about the 30-30 thing, because it seems like a lot of people use a 30-30 and they use it the exact same terminology, a brush gun. And that's like
Yeah,
everybody's go-to as
yeah,
a brush gun. It's just funny.
yeah. It's. I guess it's kind of that's its pseudo name now, a brush gun.
I
It's
mean,
if you
it's
say
a
brush
heck
gun,
of a hunk
you're
of lead.
yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
have a
not.
30.
Oh, go
I have
ahead.
a 35 also. That's a brush gun, but the 30-30 is just one of those ubiquitous rounds that have been around forever, and it's just such a great gun. I love lever guns. They are my absolute favorite. I'll take a lever gun over almost anything any time of the week. I just love lever guns.
Let's see. Now, all right. Now, since we're on the hunting thing, you had said you wanted to get into archery at some time. Do you know what type of bow you want to get? Like brand wise, or you just
No.
brand doesn't really matter? You just want something that's
As
decent and
Yeah, as of right now, brand doesn't matter. I'm sure once I get into it, I'll be like, oh well, I like the way this one does this better,
yeah,
that one does that better. But as of right now, I have almost zero knowledge when it comes to archery besides the basics.
yeah,
So as of right now, I really have no preference. Like I
gotcha.
know I know there's the big names like Matthews and stuff like that, but I really don't know. I know there's a G5 dealer down the road from me, but
Oh, okay.
I don't really have
Yeah,
any
I shoot a bow tech, but
okay.
that's I love. I've bow tech's done me well, and I used to work at an archery shop, and actually used to work at Lancaster Archery. Not sure if you heard of that, but
Can't say I have.
worked there, and I used to get bows at basically their price.
Nice.
So I got to test around, fiddle around with a whole bunch of stuff, and bow techs were just what worked, and I
Yeah.
just left them.
Yeah, exactly. Once you find something that fits you and works with you, stick with it.
Yep, exactly, exactly. Um, let's see here. All right, here's something that everybody's got a different answer. Main Squeeze says 30-30 rules.
Yep.
um, your record keeping, how do you go about doing that?
Um, these are my feeding cards.
Here, let me put you on the big screen here. Yoink.
These are my feeding cards, but I also do transfer everything over to Husbandry Pro.
Okay, you use Husbandry Pro too?
Yeah, I used to do everything just with books. I used to keep logs of everything. But then once we started using Husbandry Pro, I still keep that as a hard
Okay.
copy, but I transfer everything over to Husbandry.
See, I noticed like I used to do index cards for everything,
Mm-hmm.
and like I feed Friday nights or every other Friday, and my Saturday after my daughter would take her nap would be basically an hour of just going through filling out a date, writing if they fed or not. And after having Billy on and talking to him about Husbandry Pro, I thought, you know what? It's like I'm just gonna give it a shot, and if I don't like it, I'll just cancel it. The first night that I went through and did a feeding, I was done with my paperwork the second I was done feeding. Because after they took it, I just scan it and like what 3 buttons you hit and you're
Mm-hmm.
done. It was just like this is freaking nice. It's well, I mean, I think I'm at the $4 a month tier. I think I can have up to like 50 animals. I think,
Okay.
but it's just like it was so worth it. It's like that $4. Like my time is worth more than $4.
Absolutely, especially on a weekly basis and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Take it easy, Ken. Thanks for tuning in, brother.
Have a good one. But yeah, as far
Yeah.
as these cards go, I saw them and I just kind of really liked the way they laid everything out. So I have you could see 8 shed lock. Lock is
Yep.
only for the females and all that, the large adults. but I have it broken down 6 months per side of the card. And then I just put a little dot, and it's just a little system of keeping everything tracked as far as the feedings go. And I love the way that it's just a quick visual. I can look like, oh, this one hasn't eaten in 3 feedings. Now I can know I need to try something different.
Yeah. See, that's the one thing I miss about not doing the note cards anymore, or the index cards, because I could just look at it, and now like I still have all my index cards, but it's like, all right, I'm just mentally going off of the top of my head, for now until I get enough data uploaded into Husbandry Pro, as far as who's been on, who ate last and this and that, which my GHI Mojave, which I think the last time he ate was, oh God, October, November. He finally ate today.
Oh, nice.
Or yesterday. Yeah, he ate yesterday. So thank God on that one, because that was he does it every freaking year. Every year. The second you start pairing him, he just switches off food, and you gotta start watching him like a freaking hawk. And he doesn't lose weight for a while. And then when he does, it's just very subtle. And then it's just like, okay, you're done.
Yeah. Yep.
Pulling you from the pairings. And so far, he's always gotten the job done, by the time I pulled him. So happy on that one. But it just aggravates me. Do you have that problem with your studs too, or
The pastel sugar that I showed earlier, stopped eating.
stop eating?
Yeah, just stopped eating. I've tried them with ASFs since. I've tried them with small meals. I've tried them. The only thing I haven't done is take them for a car ride.
See, I haven't done the car ride trick yet. I need. I've still got. Well, my Bumblebee male, he still refuses. The car ride is his next trip. I've done an electrolyte soak. I've done a warm water soap bath just to try to get any scent off of him. A complete tub change and everything. So the only next thing is his next step is a car ride.
Yeah. So back to Tyler's question. I am expecting between 10 and 12 clutches this year. Hopefully, I'm around that. I know I have 8 in the incubator right now. I have a confirmed huge ovulation right over my shoulder right this minute. And then I have 2 females nesting. So we'll see.
When are you gonna have your first egg cuttings? Or maybe I should start off. Do you cut eggs, or do you just let them naturally pip?
Well, I pip then cut.
Okay.
Once one of them pips, then I'll cut. I already have 1 clutch out this year.
Ooh, gonna get to see some babies.
Mystic Potion. There's a pastel Mystic Potion here.
Oh, nice.
Little Enchi.
That I love the coloration on that one.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
And now, are they het for anything, or are they just
Nope.
nope?
Just Codom stuff.
Okay. They look nice, like they're nice and big babies too.
Yeah, they came out pretty good size. Little Mystic.
I like that one alien head on her. It looked like it was remind me of Cartman from South Park, or one of the
this one here.
No. Farther back, it looked like it had like a little round body. It's kind of right there towards your middle finger now, on your right hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right there, kind of right at your thumb. Yeah, it reminded me of Cartman for whatever reason, or Kenny, one of them. I like her pattern. That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. And then I have 3 more that are still eating right now, or supposed to be eating.
Hales, which one are you talking about? What was which one? The first one was a Mystic Potion. The second was, or Pastel Mystic Potion. The second was an Enchi. And then the third was a
Mystic. This is the Mystic Potion. Pastel Mystic Potion. The regular Mystic Potion is eating right now, or should be. She's got a much more purple head.
Oh, okay.
What else was in that Enchi? As far as I know, just the Enchi, as far as I know.
See you, Chris.
Could be Pastel Enchi. Because the pairing was a Mystic Male to Pastel Mojave Enchi.
So what's the Enchi's head look like again once? Because I thought the head looked a little blushed. But then I'm not gonna lie, I'm not super familiar with Enchi. This is my first year getting into dealing with Enchi, so
Does have a little bit of blushing on the top of the head. And again, I'm not the greatest at IDing, so that could be pastel right there.
I'm almost thinking that might be the pastel. In all honesty, Eric, I think she might have pastel in her, maybe.
Very well could be. Pastel Enchi. She's very bright, so I could definitely see that.
And say, just seeing the colors, I think she's got pastel in her, dude. I really do. And like I said, I'm no means am I a professional IDer by any means. I'm still learning a lot, but that just I don't know, her head screams pastel at me a little bit there.
Yeah, I could see that absolutely.
What color are eyes? That's actually good. Yeah, what color are her eyes? I know pastels are basically, I think they're always green. But then I've got some snakes that don't have pastel in them, and they've got green eyes too.
A little bit of a green tint to them, but not too crazy. I don't know if I'll be able to get this thing to focus.
Yeah, I think she's got pastel in her. If I was a betting man, which I'm not because everything always goes against me. I think there's a pastel in there. Yeah, Hale says I thought I heard only pastel. I'm like, no way, that's the best Enchi I've ever seen. It is a heck of a nice looking snake, dude. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Let's see here. All right, what are some of your sales techniques? I mean, you've got to let's go over like your display that you have for shows and everything, because eventually I'm gonna be getting into shows, so that I always like to hear about people's thoughts on how they do their stands and stuff and their sales techniques.
Honestly, I can't say I've put thought into my display system, but as far as a sales technique, I don't really say I have one yet. Besides being there, besides being there and having stuff on my table. And right now, I'm to the point where the July show I'll have stuff, but the following show, if I sell out in July, I'm still going to show up and set up my booth and just sit there and talk to people if I need to, just to be out there. And then that way, hey, I remember this logo. Let me go back to him and see what he's got.
Yeah. That's actually a good point. That's a good thought. I know, like for me, that's one thing that I don't have anything to sell yet. I sold out from everything last year pretty quick, and then this year I'm still waiting on eggs to drop. But I guess that's where it's like, I probably, if I was thinking, I probably should have, grabbed the table and, like you said, just sat there, got my, and talked to everybody for a little bit.
Yeah.
Loring wants to know, have you turned DropTine into a business like LLC or anything like that, and when?
Not yet, but I plan to hopefully before the end of this calendar year. Get that ball rolling. That way I can start off 23 as an LLC or S Corp, whatever it happens to be that works best for my situation.
Gotcha. See, that's where I'm at too. After talking to Danny and Nathan and everybody and Chris, it's kind of got me to the point where it's like, all right, I guess I gotta drop the hammer and actually do the LLC thing because I do see the benefits of it, but at the same token, it's nice being under the radar to
Yeah.
an extent, even though everything going on like with PayPal, there's no such thing as under the radar now anymore.
Yeah.
Now here's a good one. What shows are you planning on doing?
Battlefield or Gettysburg. Gettysburg show is honestly my main staple show. It's the one that I feel most comfortable with right now. But I will eventually end up branching off into some of the more New York shows, like the new White Plains, which is up in Poughkeepsie, probably Albany. That's a beautiful venue up in Albany. And I'll end up doing other shows that are somewhat within 3.5, 4 hour drive. I don't know if I'll go as far as going to fly somewhere to do a show right now. I'll definitely fly to attend a show, but not to vend. I'm nowhere near that range yet.
He's in New York, Tyler. Like, what'd you say? I forget what part of New York. Orange County. That's it.
Yep.
He's at like the perfect spot. He's at like that as he put it, the tri-state area.
Yeah. I can be in 3 different states. Well, actually, there's a fishing spot that I go to that's called Tri-State Rock. I can stand on that and be in all 3 states at once.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man, that's a whole nother conversation. Fishing. I miss fishing. I have not had the time to go fishing I lost all my good fishing spots. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, unfortunately, they get bought up and they get posted and all that. It sucks, but
either that or I used to love fishing there in the Susquehanna near one of the dams where I used to live, and they went through and redid. Like you had to basically wait till the river was low enough you could rock jump out into the middle of the river and you could cast up to the dam. Mm-hmm. It's some of the best smallmouth bass fishing I've ever done.
Nice.
And they went through PP&L, I guess it was, went through and hired somebody to make a thing for the kayakers. And that just totally screwed up rock jumping out to where I used to go. Like you can't get to it now because of what they did. It's like, come on. Tyler says he's up in New York too, up near Rochester.
Nice.
Rochester. I made that drive to go see Jeremy Bullock years ago. That was a long drive just to have him show up at a Comic-Con near me like a month later. But oh man, that was a nice. Rochester's a beautiful area. New York in general is just beautiful. I love my stepmom's from up around like the Adirondacks.
Okay.
So we went up there years ago and we fished Lake Champlain, and it was just beautiful up there. Went and we were up around Lake Placid at one point. It was just beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Finger Lake area and all that. That's real nice. I like going there. It's beautiful. Utica or Otsego and all that up that way.
Yeah, New York's a beautiful state. I just can't stand the city. Keep me away from New York City.
you get me for about 6-7 hours in the city at most, and then I'm done for a couple months.
No, dude, when I went, my brother and I and my wife, we went to a Connecticut Comic-Con, and we were going, and you could see New York City off to our right. And I said to my brother, I was like, dude, it's like, because we were using his GPS. I was like, you're not taking us through New York City, are you? He goes, I hope not. And here he didn't realize his GPS stopped working.
Oh man.
And thank God it started working right before we were about to get off of wherever to actually go into the city. Oh, dude, I was starting to sweat. Oh, my heart was going. I hate city traffic, and just from watching all the movies of New York City, I want no parts of driving through New York City.
You know what? Driving through it, but then again, I've been doing it for since I started driving. So I love the New York City driving
Oh,
because
okay.
I love it just because it's like aggressive and you're just weaving in and out of traffic and you're just like in their face. So I like that aspect of it. But I don't like the walking around the city personally.
Oh,
Like when
okay.
you go down there and you're walking around doing the touristy crap, I just like I said, I don't really care for it. But every time somebody comes here, they're like, "Oh, let's go to the city," and there I go bringing them to the city or whatever, and it's just it's okay, but you can only do that so
It's
many
lost its
times.
luster for you.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see. Um, well, I've got one more question for you, Eric. If anybody has any other questions, drop them down there. Um, and yeah, if anybody has any more questions for Eric, drop them in the comments there. We'll get to them. Do you have any tips for new breeders coming into the hobby, or even people that are already in the hobby? Anything that you've noticed, experienced, just tips in general for anybody?
A mistake that it seems like the majority of us always make is when we first get into it, is we buy anything and everything that's eye candy. And there's nothing wrong with that if you know you're just buying as pets. That's fine and dandy, that's great. But if you have any inkling that you're planning on doing it as a business, like a hobby or breeding of any sort, and you want to buy eye candy, that's fine. Make sure you're buying females
Yeah.
because time and time again, I've gone into people's collection and they're like, "Dude, I'm getting into it. I love it. It's great." And I go in there and they have one female and 23 males. It's like you're not going to do much breeding with that.
No, no.
You can still buy the eye candy, just buy females because at least the females will hold their value, and you can, if they don't fit in your project for breeding down the road, you can sell them.
Yep. Because a breeder size female, good grief, they're double, triple what the hatchling is going to be
Oh
anyway.
yeah, absolutely. It doesn't even matter if it's a normal. You
Yeah.
know, you're going to get way better money for a normal female than you are a normal adult male.
Yep.
So that'd be my biggest tip, I guess, is buy females. If you're just buying eye candy, buy a female eye candy.
And the other thing is too, I see it. I mean, a lot of people get into it as just pet owners, and they get hooked. And so they're with buying the females. By the time you get hooked on it, you're at least set up
Yep.
decent because yeah, the females take so much longer to mature. But that, yeah, that's great advice. I truly believe with that. Might have answered already, but if price and availability is not an issue, what gene or combo would you get? Dream Snake.
Like I said before, the only thing that I really look into possibly getting down the road is acid. And it's not really so much a price that's holding me back, which they are expensive, but it's not so
Yeah.
much that. It's I want to continue setting up this base and work with this base that I have now for a little bit and get established with this base and then start trickling in other stuff. But if it's a different species, I wouldn't mind getting a blackhead python. Those things are just absolutely
Ooh.
gorgeous.
Blackheads are nice. They are.
And at this last Arlington show where I was at in February, they had the Axanthic blackheads.
Oh,
That
I think I saw. I forget whose channel I was watching. They were showing one of those, showing that off.
yeah,
I
that thing
forget
is
whose
just
channel that
absolute.
was. But no, I did you have you seen oh the gelatin carpet pythons?
No, can't say I have.
They're almost like Axanthic, but they're not Axanthic. It's just like they're still a jungle carpet, but for whatever reason, with I guess with where they're located, they're more of like a white and gray looking snake.
No yellow pigmentations.
Yeah, there's not much yellow to them at all. I mean, I think as they get older, they get a little bit of brown to them, but they still keep a somewhat Axanthic look. I have noticed so that if there's only one place I've seen that's really selling them, and basically if you get one, you got to get a pair.
Okay.
Like there's no such thing as just buying one. I think it's the carpet community is a whole different ball game compared to ball pythons in general.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's more of a pure like you have people that like to have your pure animals and your locality animals just stay pure. You do have your guys that cross stuff around to make like your diamond jungle jags and stuff like that. Get your really brilliant yellow and black stuff. But I'd been talking to somebody in Australia. They commented on one of the videos and we got to talking, and he had said about mixing an Axanthic into a gelatin. And I'm there thinking, so, all right, well, the thing's already, white and silvery gray looking to begin with. You throw the Axanthic in there. And then it just something just clicked in me. And I was just like, well, what if you went through and did like a diamond jungle jag type of deal and did like diamond in the jag and throw that into the gelatin. And since naturally it's not a yellow snake to begin with, it's more white and stuff. I think that would probably be a really stunning looking animal.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be, yeah.
But all right. Kevin, your battery died. That sucks. At least you're back. All right, that's all I got, Eric. Does anybody else have any more questions before we hop off here? I'll go through my roster of who I've got coming up yet. And if nobody has any other questions, we will call it a night. And I'm not going to complain because I am exhausted.
Same.
All right. So next week we have Stephen and Courtney from Leviathan Snakes joining us. They're going to be joining us. We're going to be talking. Whenever Stephen and Courtney come on, they're always the big marketing aspect people and social media stuff like that. So we'll get into a little bit of that. But I feel like they probably get tired of talking about that stuff sometimes. Maybe they just want to talk about snakes. So we'll see where that whole night goes. On the 26th, we have Baker from Blue Line Morphs. On July 3rd, I have Ryan from Smitty Serpents joining us. On July 10th, we have King Austin himself tuning in from Royal Highness Pythons. On July 17th, we have Danny from DTMG Pythons joining us. On July 24th, we have Brian Cusco from Triple B. On July 31st, we have Sal from Gomez Pythons. And for August 7th, we have Brian Gundy joining us.
The man, the myth.
So we've got. I'm super happy with the lineup. I know the people I have on deck that I need to get a hold of to start booking. I've got a lot of people I'm excited to have on, and I'm just stoked to say the least. Not a question, but I'm going to be hitting you both up. Sounds good, Tyler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hit me up. All of Eric's information is in the description down below. So definitely everybody check Eric out at DropTine. And like I said, Instagram, he doesn't do so much on Facebook, but all of his socials down there, even his Morph Market as well. So check him out. Give him the love and support that he deserves because he's got some killer stuff. And I can't wait to see what he produces in the long run, because since we're both working the Axanthic TSK, I got a feeling we're going to be doing a lot of business back and forth.
Sounds good to me.
especially after seeing what you've got sitting in the racks there. I know I'm going to be hitting you up for some stuff at some point.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Creative, did I ever reach out to Catherine yet? No, I didn't yet. She is on my list though. So I did write her down, but I did not message her yet. The Brian Gundy thing was just a how do I want to put it? He was in a live stream lobby on Instagram, and his name popped up. And I haven't like Brian Gundy hasn't done anything on YouTube for like a year, I think. So I went and messaged him after seeing him on that live stream on Instagram. Figured what do I have to lose, and lo and behold, being the generous guy that he was, he goes, "Yeah, sure, yeah, I'll come on." So it was kind of a whim thing, but it was also one of those guests like Erickson, the man, the myth, the legend. Basically, I mean, a lot of us are the hobby is where it's at because of people like Brian. I think. I mean, he's one of what I consider the people that was a big influence. Alluring, nice lineup. Look forward to. Yes, there will be. And as time goes on, everybody as well, I'll be asking for any people that you guys would like to see come on the show as well. So that'll be I'll be asking for those thoughts here and there as well. I do want to get through my list before I start getting too many more. I know I don't even know where my list is, but I've got a list. I promise. I know F&A Balls is on that list because they had said about having somebody on. I said, well, hell, why don't we just have you guys come on too? So they're on that list. There's a whole bunch of people on the list that I want to have on here. And also after being on Adam from Proper Royals roundtable thing, I really like that. I don't know if anybody was. I know some of the people in here were probably watching that as well, but I'm going to be doing like a breeder roundtable at some point. Just get like 2-3 more people and just kind of sit around and have, talk, get opinions and everything. And yeah. Oh, actually, I have one more question for you, Eric. I just now thought of this. And I'm only asking because I had someone ask, like personally message me, and it kind of caught me off guard. I guess it probably shouldn't have with everything going on, but it involves the Nido thing. If you had someone that wanted you to get your snake tested, all right, and they they wanted to purchase the animal, but they wanted to have it tested beforehand, would you test it what's your thoughts on that whole thing? Because I'll tell you exactly what I told the person that asked me. I told him, like, hey, if you want to test it, that's fine. I'll get the test and send it off, whatever. Mm-hmm. But the cost of that test will be reflected in the price of the snake. I mean, I can't sell. Say if it's a $200 snake or $300 snake, I can't justify spending. I think it's like probably $60. I think Tish from Python Spawn said about
somewhere
overnighting. I can't justify the all but $100 to have a $200-$300 snake tested out of my profit.
Yeah.
So I told him, if you want it tested, I'll test it, but you've got to pay for the price is getting added onto the snake.
Yeah,
and absolutely. They said that was reasonable and that they would be fine with that.
I agree with that completely. I agree with that completely. Up to a certain price point, it's going to fall on the customer's shoulders to pay for the testing. I don't know what that price break would be at this point, but I'm going to say $800. Anything south of $800 would fall on the customers to pay for it, or at least partially pay for it. And anything north of $800, that's an expensive animal. I would consume that cost for making the test or taking it, getting the tested. Yeah. And then, because at that price point, you would expect the breeder to do something at that point.
And I do agree with that. Like, I would say, like, for me, I would say it'd probably be like that. If you hit that $1,000 mark, I'll cover the cost of the test. Whatever. Yeah. But like you said, you got to have that, there's going to be that breaking point there as to where if you're going to be covering it, because like you said, $1,000 animal and up, I mean, you should be able to suck up a couple bucks out of that to pay for the animal to get tested. I think that's just good business.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I was just shocked because the person that had asked me about it had said, hold on one second. What's up, John? Thanks for tuning in, brother. He had said that he had asked several people and they all basically told him no, that they wouldn't get their animals tested. I'm just, they're kind of like, it's like, why? Like, what does, like, okay, worst case scenario, you find out, okay, Nido's in your collection.
Mm-hmm.
That's worst case scenario, but you found out.
Exactly.
So now you know you need to do something, that you need to go test the whole collection now and find out, is it the whole thing? Where what steps you need to take next.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely not a bad thing to do the testing.
No.
Whether it's for the customer or for your personal information, it's definitely not a bad thing.
Yeah. And that also might even be something too, like for me, if I have a customer that wants a snake tested, I might buy a couple extra tests, take a couple, split the shipping with them, the overnight stuff, if I'm going to be sending some of my own tests in with that one snake.
Yeah.
And, do work at something like that just to test all of my stuff. But I mean, I know they say that you don't always see symptoms of the Nido in every animal. I don't really buy a whole lot of animals to begin with. I'm cheap. I'm not gonna lie. I'm cheap.
Yeah.
I've been trying to produce all of my stuff for the most part.
Nothing wrong with
that comes in is very limited. I know this year I bought more than what I planned on, but I also think you always have to be adding and refreshing your gene pool. But at the same time, I think if you're kind of playing it the cheap, easy way where you're trying to produce a lot of your stuff, you're eliminating that likelihood of the Nido.
Yeah, you're definitely reducing it by a lot. That's for damn sure. FNA said something earlier about thanking me for their first shirts, snake-related shirts. You are absolutely welcome, guys. I'm glad you got them, and I'm glad you're enjoying them. And I can't wait to get mine in from you guys. I see it, and I like the way they look. And that goes out to anybody out there. If you guys are interested in a sticker swap, shirt swap, anything of the sort, feel free to hit me up.
I said, I got some shirts and stuff coming. I might have to hit you up for a shirt swap.
Hey, I'll see you in
we
July.
Can do that in person. we can do that either at the show or
at the barbecue. Yeah,
at the barbecue. Yeah. Wonder what the ratio of false positive or false negative. I mean, this whole thing, like, I think it's funny. Like, Nido's been around for, for however long, and it basically took one instance, and now that's all everybody talks about and is all scared about it all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not like it's something new. Like, we've all known about it. Like,
yeah. It's just resurging right now, I guess, in interest at least.
Yeah, I guess that's probably a better way of putting it. It's more of it's the hot topic at the moment.
Yep.
Well, we might get to that point that every snake sold has papers with test results, costs. I mean, I do see. I mean, if it's up to after a certain price point, I'll eat the cost of the test. But up until that price point's met, I mean, I think any breeder that cares about making a sale is going to basically be the same way, where they say, hey, I'll test it, but it's going to be reflected in the price. What's up, Paul? Korea says, friend tried to get his snake tested, and the vet told him not to unless there's signs.
Doesn't sound like a good vet.
Yeah, no, that sounds like that's a vet that just doesn't want to have to deal with the extra work. I mean, I'm really curious as to what the ratio is of people that actually have it, that that don't have it. Like, I wonder if it's as prevalent as what it's made out to be, or if it's something that's just very scarce.
Yeah, I'm not sure. My phone's telling me that we're gonna die soon here. So.
Oh, all right. That means it. We're done, everybody. Just stay on 1 second after I wrap this up,
No,
Eric.
absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you, everybody, for all the love and support. Greatly appreciate you all showing up tonight. I wouldn't be doing this shit without everybody that's in the chat there, and great guests like Eric himself. Definitely make sure you check Eric out. All of his information is in the description down below. Give him some love. He's got some beautiful animals, and I can't wait to see what he's going to be doing with the Axanthic stuff in the long run. He's going to have some great projects coming down the line. So check him out. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Hit that notification bell. Hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys like the show. Any thoughts that you guys would like to drop in there for me. I always love hearing what everybody has to say. But I appreciate all the support, everybody. And this week's video will be me pulling clutch number 1, actually. Be nice. Clutch number 1 pulling, so you'll get to see how that goes. And yeah, and next week we have Steven and Courtney from Leviathan Snakes, so make sure you guys don't miss that live. So until then, everybody, later.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks for coming out.